Now, whether it's dentistry, low-cost healthcare, or even specialized health services, there's no denying that startups have really jumped onto the health bandwagon. In fact, there are several technology platforms that are servicing the health space. Surbhi Goyal tracks that trend for us this week.
The Indian healthcare industry is pegged today at over $40 billion. It is expected to reach to $80 billion by 2020. What will fuel this market is IT spending by healthcare players, which will account for almost 30% of the overall Indian healthcare market in 2020.
Big numbers that tell us a story that healthcare market is to leap on. No wonder startups are finding an opportunity to inject new lease of life in the lives of doctors and patients. One such startup is Delhi-based Record Expert that help you organize your medical records. So if you're traveling and fall sick, you can now fish out reports anytime, anywhere.
For Ankit Agarwal, innovations in telemedicine and in the global healthcare market were an inspiration to start his venture, Record Expert, providing web-based healthcare solutions 2 months back. Walking the route less travelled, Ankit and his team at Record Expert have managed to get 100 doctors and 5,000 patients uploading and recording their medical records since their launch.
We have divided our portal into a couple of parts. So when we talk about the patient portal, it talks about how do the patients store their medical records. Could it be X-rays, transparencies, MRIs, nuclear medicines, and prescriptions, of course. Then as far as remote, there's another activity for doctors where we are patching up all and doing a doctor's management of his clinic, where the doctor gets to store all his patient records onto the portal, and the doctor out of his n number of patients can write prescriptions and then save it, so he can save the cost of the paper again. Then as far as patients are concerned, the patients can remotely consult any of the doctors anywhere across the world.
Electronic medical record is one segment that is a big growth driver of online healthcare solutions. The web-based EMR market is expected to grow at a CAGR of 21% from 2010 to 2015. Tapping this opportunity is Bangalore-based startup InstaHealth Solutions that provides cloud-based hospital management tools, helping hospitals become more efficient.
We are seeing a big trend of corporates setting up multiple centers, multiple clinics. In that case, they want to be able to offer a much more high level of quality control. They want to see what kind of a treatment is being offered to the patient, how is the quality of the treatment given to the patients. They want to look at all of those things. If you want to start looking at those kind of a trends, and both from an individual perspective or from a corporate perspective, you need the data, and you need the data in a digital form.
But in a time when technology is not limited to desktops alone but is expanding to other gadgets, how can startups be far behind? Abhijit Gupta sensed the same pulse and launched Praxify last November to enable doctors to maintain digital patient records and appointment schedules even on the latest gadgets.
Doctors are typically inherently mobile. I mean, they'd like to go from one clinic to another, from one hospital to another hospital, and they have various schedules in the day where they need to meet so many patients, have some operations and stuff like that. So iPad-like device where you can carry all the information of the patient, all the health records, all the schedule, any images or any kind of labs that are communicated in real time to the doctor. It helps the doctor to be more efficient in his day-to-day matter.
Cut costs and save time. With these two key mantras and following a revenue model of charging 10 to 15% of the consultation or appointment fees from the hospitals or doctors, startups are empowering the Indian healthcare growth story. While patients can now easily get appointments and access their medical records anytime, doctors too find this tool a great way of addressing more problems and treating more diseases.
It allows us, to focus our attention purely on clinical work. It increases the reach of these patients. At Fortis Institute of Renal Sciences and Transplantation, we also handle a lot of international traffic. And for these patients, I think it's a great boon, so that they're able to find out our availability, get the appointments, rather than, spending time trying to call us at odd hours.
But even though EMR solutions reduces the queues in hospitals or help doctors increase their appointments, their biggest challenge is in competing with more conventional traditional practices. So while scaling up will pose a challenge to new web-based healthcare solutions, other non-technology factors such as healthcare providers and consumer mindsets should be addressed to increase its acceptance. All factors that will help enhance the effectiveness of e-healthcare services.